And today I am going to do a tutorial for you. It's going to be a clothespin bag, and it's from pattern Butterick. It's from Butterick pattern 5767. There's the number. I don't know where my envelope is, but anyhow, we are doing the clothespin bag, and if you have that pattern, it's going to be the letter F. It's going to say hanging organizer. And so I'm going to go ahead and just get started right in on it. Okay, what you need is, let me get the first piece. All right, here's the number 5 piece. You need this. This is going to be for the back part of your clothespin bag. I'm making these for my craft fair I'm having in April. Okay, and then number, let's see, that was number 5. Okay, here's number 8, right here. And this is going to go on the back of the bag, which is going to be, let me show you, is going to be on this corner edge right here, and that's where your hanger is going to go through. And this is the upper front, which is pattern number 10. And then we're doing the lower front, which is pattern number 9. Okay, I'm going to stop the camera, and you also need to do the interfacing on all 3 pieces. It doesn't call for interfacing, but I have found out making my first one, it's really flimsy, so now I use the interfacing. So let me go ahead and put my interfacing on, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got the interfacing on all of my pieces. What we're going to do next is, I don't do this in any specific order, but I take piece 10 and 9 and I put 1/2 inch wide bias tape on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Let me zoom you out a little bit. There. And make sure you do all your markings too, because that's going to come in handy when you start putting all these pieces together. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to, on piece number 10, you're going to do it on the inside edge of the upper front. So I'm going to encase it just like this. Wait a minute. Have it sticking over the edge a little bit. There you go. And I like to use my clips. So that's what I'm going to use today. Put these straight pins away. So I always like to use my clips. So you put it in like that. I don't see how well you can see. But up where that fold line is, that's in the middle, that's where you want to put the fabric. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll be back. Okay, now I'm going to do piece number 9. So let me take this pattern piece off. Right. Okay, now on this piece, you're going to do it on the inside again. So it's going to look like this, go all the way to this side. You've got a square corner on each side here. That's going to be the bottom part of it. So again, we take our bias tape, and I always leave a little extra over the edge, just like that. This is a fun and easy project to do. And I'm just getting it up to the middle fold like I did on the other piece. Oh wow, I did good. Nope, I'm over just a little bit. How much do I have on this end? I don't have enough to go over. I might have to get another piece. Let me see here. Let's see how this does. See if I can't get it to go all the way to the other end. If not, I'll have to open another package. Let's see here. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that these hold baby hangers. And you can get those at the Dollar Tree. That's where I got mine from. You know what? I think it's going to work out. Okay, I forgot to change my thread to the purple, so I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to sew on the bias tape. So you want to get your needle all the way, to this edge here. And I'm sewing on my new sewing machine, the Husqvarna Designer Epic. So let me move my needle over. Perfect. All right. If you can't put the bias tape on this way, I do have a tutorial that I made a couple years ago showing how to do it another way when I was making those pillowcase dresses. Okay, there's the first piece. Okay, now I'm going to cut this piece. Let me zoom you out. I'm going to cut this piece off here, the one that's hanging over, and then on the other side. Let me trim up this interfacing a little bit here. I have it hanging over the edge. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, put these aside, is we're going to put piece number 8, which is the facing, on piece number 5, which is for the front and back. Where did I put my straight pins? There they are. So let's take my pins out of here. Okay, so this is where the markings are going to come in, part of it. Okay, so you want to get your back piece out like this. Let me move my hanger. And I'm going to bring you down so you can see. Alright, up here you're going to have 2 dots, okay? On here you have 2 dots on your facing. You want to put these 2 dots to match up with these 2 dots, and you want to do it right sides to right sides. So you want to bring it down this way. That way you see your inner facing sticking up. So make sure you get your dots lined up just like that. Let me get a straight pin. I'm going to put a pin on each side because I want to measure and make sure that my hanger is going to go through. I always like to double check, even though I know I have the dots lined up. I still want to double check. Where did I put my hanger? All right, let's see here. I want to bring it in a little bit closer on this side, I think. Alright, now let's see. Still a little bit too loose, so I'll bring it over this way, just a tad. Alright, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So you're going to sew from here, down, over, and then back up. So keep your pins right where they are. So I'll bring you back over to the machine. Zoom you in a little bit. Okay. And then come around this way. And cut your threads. Remember, I've always told you to cut your threads as you go. That way you don't have to fool with it later on. Okay, next thing you do is you want to take this, whoops, forgot to zoom you out. You want to take this piece and you want to flip this back over this way. Just like that. You want to bring it over that way. I'll be right back. Okay, I did one extra thing that I forgot to tell you about. You want to fold in, whoops, a 1/4 inch on this side and this side first, and then you want to do a 1/4 inch along the bottom and sew that on. That way it looks a lot nicer on the back, on the front side or back side. All right, so I'm going to flip it over. Oh, and I made another mistake. I told you I always mess up when I get to this part. Keep the hole open right here. Don't sew across the bottom, or you're not going to be able to get your hanger in. All right, so I'm going to pin this. And I'm going to show you in a second what it looks like on the back side. And that's what it's supposed to look like on the back side, just like that. Then I'm going to sew from here down, and then from here down. And then do a back stitch to lock it in. Over here. Mine does a tack stitch at the beginning. All right, come on now. Okay, I went ahead and put on the lower front and the top front of the bag. And this is what it's supposed to look like. There's the upper front there. And here's the lower part right here. And you do them face to face. So right sides to right sides. See how I did that? Right sides to right sides. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, right here is the opening for the hanger. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to tack it down or do a back stitch, and then I'm going to go all the way down, back up to the other corner here, and then all the way back up until I reach the other part, the other side of the opening. Can you see that? There we go. So the other side of the opening right here. And I also put clips to remind myself where to start and where to end. Here we go. Now you can see. So this is the ending, this is the beginning. So I'm going to swing you over to the machine. Zoom you in a little bit so you can see. And I'm keeping both my clip jar and my straight pin, my pin cushion next to me. Alright, so let me take the first clip out, and that's telling me where I'm supposed to start. Whoops, put my needle in the middle, put the needle in the middle position. You want to do a 1/4 inch. Okay, and here we go. Now I'll try to keep my hands out of your way. Yeah, you can see that. I put a clip here because this is where the bias tape went up on the bottom front. And I'm going to back stitch over that a little bit because that's going to be a stress point. So I'm going to back stitch over the end of the bias tape, and when I'm done with this I will show you what I was talking about. Okay, now you see right here is the end of the bias tape. I put a clip there because there's so much thickness going on right there. You've got the bias tape and you've got 4 pieces of fabric. Okay, so let me back up. Whoops. My pin cushion fell. Okay, and here's another clip for the bias tape and the thickness of the fabrics. Okay, I'm going to back stitch there. Be careful around your curves. And right there was another piece of bias tape, and I'm going to back up on that. That's why I put the clips on to remind me where those parts are. When you're going around the curve, backing up, be very careful. Let me see if I'm over. Yep, I'm over on the other side of it. Okay, now I'm at the end of it. And I'm just double checking. There, one more. Okay. Now, clip my thread. Here's Angel. Hi, Angel. What you doing? Alright, now you want to clip around where you sewed, around the, let me get my bigger scissors. You want to clip around the curve. Make sure you don't get your threads. Alright, and cut your corners at an angle. Oh, you didn't see anything because I didn't have you zoomed out. Alright. Okay, now we're going to flip this thing right side out. So, get your corner, and get this corner here. Okay, and then pull all this out. Now I used a friction pin on this fabric, so all of my markings will go away when I iron it, because you should always iron as you go. Alright, I think I've got everything pretty much poked out. Okay, so I'm going to go and iron this and then I'll be back. Okay, now I'm going to do a top stitch, and make sure you don't do it on your hole for your hanger. Here, let me put a clip right there to remind me that's where the hole is. Alrighty, so we're going to do a top stitch, and you want to do about 1/8 inch from the edge. Okay, and don't forget your back stitch. This machine does tacking, it doesn't do back stitch unless I hit the back stitch button. Go very slow when you get to all the bulkiness. Okay, now I'm getting close to it. Alright. Take all my pins out. These pins right here have glass tips on them, and you can use them on your iron. Okay, now let me get you down so you can see. Here it is. It's all done. Now we're going to slip your hanger in this way and feel for the hole with your other hand. Slip it through like that. And there you go. Now let me zoom you out. I'm going to bring you toward me so you can see it really good. Alright, I'm going to back up a little bit. And there you go. And that's all there is to it. I've made a couple of mistakes that I forgot to do because I don't always read the patterns. You know that by now, those of you who've been watching me for a while. But anyhow, there you go. A clothespin bag. Isn't that neat? You can also use this for other things too besides clothespins. You can use it for like children's toys or cosmetics. You know, stick it hanging up in your bathroom or something. Yeah, but anyhow, there you go. You have a good day or a good night whenever you're watching this. Please subscribe and click the like channel and leave comments and questions. I really do like reading my comments and questions, and I do answer all of them. All right, bye-bye for now.